everyone. Welcome to the America Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Rygal. How you holding up, dude?
Pretty good, man. It finally cooled off in New York, so pretty good. It's been a month since I've been on here.
Yeah, you've had a busy little time lately.
Yes, sir. I went to go travel the world. I came back with a wife, and I drank a lot of alcohol.
That's always fun.
Yep, and then tomorrow we get to celebrate.
Hey, with those pictures you put up, dude, I don't think I would have ever wanted to leave.
Bro, I want to go back so bad.
I can only imagine.
I mean, I got to drive a dune buggy in the... You don't get to do shit like that in New York.
No, and the amazing thing to me is that you said you had never driven any kind of vehicle before that.
Nope, other than, like, job site construction things that are driven with a joystick, nothing else. Nothing with a wheel. Nothing with a gas engine.
If that isn't love by your wife, I don't know what is.
Love and trust.
Yeah. That's crazy when you think about it.
And it was also fear on my point, because there's no way I was going back home and having to explain to her parents that I hurt her in some way, shape, or form driving a vehicle. So there was also that.
Yeah, and like I know you had told me previously that it was like pouring rain or something, so you were driving through like all the mud and everything.
Yeah, it was an off-road course, as it was. It was more of like a clay than dirt. It was like heavy clay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it started pouring immediately, and it was like bad. Like, I was cold. It was the only time the whole trip I was cold. I was frozen. But it was fun. Filthy, but fun.
Lance said that that's so New York that you've never driven a car.
It really, truly is.
Yeah, now, before we get into Raw and SmackDown and all that shit this week, I wanted to bring this up. I briefly mentioned it to you before earlier. I read up on it as I'm talking to you about Matt Hughes, former UFC fighter. Apparently, what happened, he was from what Dana White announced this afternoon, that he was involved in a collision with a moving train near his home in Illinois and suffered some degree of head trauma and was airlifted to a hospital.
I don't know. The reports that I read made it sound like he approached it while it was down and then continued to drive, which, I mean, that doesn't sound too good.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because you're not going to win with a train.
That may have been the point. That's what I was thinking. Like, what if that was his attempt to kill himself?
Well, yeah, you got a point. Okay, hold on. It said, according to the preliminary investigation, a truck, it crossed a set of tracks and then just sat directly in front of the train.
That's what the new report is saying now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that sounds like he was trying to kill himself, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Because the way it said that he approached the train tracks, approached railroad tracks that had whatever that thing is called, down. And then he drove in front of it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So, that is something.
I know he hasn't been fighting, though, for some time. He retired, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and he was actually talking about having a comeback, so...
That's weird. And
he's a Hall of Famer.
It's always some type of shit going on.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh, and how about McGregor and Mayweather is
it's
confirmed.
On. That's so, like, strange to me because it's, for those that don't know, it's a straight, like, boxing match, and from what I have read, there's, like, offset language in the contract that if McGregor tries to go rogue in the fight, that he could like lose part of his purse money.
That would be something. But I don't see it happening that way. He's in this for the money. And if by some chance he does win, bro, I don't even know. Like, that puts him into another stratosphere.
Yeah. To me, I said, and I mean, I hate saying it, like, it's just like a money grab for both of them.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, for Mayweather, it should be an easy win, but
you would
the
think.
guru of prediction isn't going to predict anything for this one.
No. You never know. I mean, McGregor's not bad with his hands, but he's not Floyd Mayweather.
I wasn't bad at basketball. I wasn't playing a one-on-one with an NBA player.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, like, you're talking possibly the greatest pound-for-pound champion of all time, and I fucking hate Floyd Mayweather, but
it's
49-0. People say, well, he fights points. Well, points are a way to win. I mean, I hate it. I think it's the most pussy way to fight, but you can win a fight that way. Plain and simple.
Oh, yeah. Another guy that did that a lot was Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah, bro. I mean, and if it makes your career go that much longer, all the more power to you.
Yeah, so you're not getting killed.
You know, and then my whole philosophy is if somebody doesn't like it, then stop it. If you can't, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't agree more. It's like, if you don't like it, just change the channel, because there's something for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's going to be a shit show. So, I mean, I just can't imagine if McGregor somehow wins. We'll never hear the end of it.
Lance said he doesn't care because he hates them both, but good for them for getting some cash in a joke of a fight.
I agree fully. I mean, if someone's willing to pay him, good on them.
Hey, and they're getting big time money.
175 million, I think, respectively, for Mayweather and McGregor.
Ooh, wee.
100 for one, 75 for the other.
Shit, I'd get my face pounded in for a night for that kind of money.
For at most 36 minutes worth of fighting?
Yeah. I'd easily do that.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, bro, $75 million? I'd let Mike Tyson punch me in the face.
Hell yeah, dude. All right.
I gotta go one round with Tyson? Fine. Or like, yeah, please.
Hell yeah. All right, now let's change gears a little bit. What did you think of Monday Night Raw this week?
It was like apparently like the worst Raw in the modern era.
Yes, it was the worst rated Raw I think ever.
Yeah, I think it's since 2000.
Okay.
Or around that time, because, yeah, it was in the modern era is what I heard. So I don't know what they count in the modern era, but...
Yeah.
But no, it was bad. I don't know what they're doing.
They started off hot with the Samoa Joe Brock Lesnar thing, and then the show just like nosedived.
Bro, I really think Joe pissed off Lesnar.
Yeah, I think he did too.
That kick at the very end, bro.
I rewatched it like several times, and it looked like he legit kicked him right in the face.
Oh, he shoot kicked him in the face, whether he meant to or not. That was the outcome. Lesnar got shoot kicked right in the fucking face.
And dude, you saw how red his face was. Like, I was like, ooh, yeah. He looks like legitimately wanting to murder somebody. You know what I mean? But I love the way they did it, though. It made Samoa Joe look believable.
Yeah, no, I agree with that fully. I also think that
whether we choose to believe it or not, there's not a lot of people that probably knew who Samoa Joe was before he came up.
I agree, but I also think that, like, you take a look at Joe, and Joe just looks like a tough guy.
Yes. I'm hoping they can have a match, even if it is short, that it's still kind of like how they did how they squared off on Raw, where it's like a physical, like tough MMA shoot kind of match, you know?
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know if Brock can work shoot style, or if Brock just works like, I'm just gonna hurt you.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? Because I think there's a big difference.
No, I agree with you. And, you know, as opposed to being safe, but still shooting.
Yeah, I don't think Lesnar has that. I think his idea is like release German suplexes.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed also the Dean Ambrose and Elias Sampson match.
I got no interest in Elias Sampson, and Dean Ambrose has bored me for so long. I just fast forward past their stuff. That's me, though. I mean, I'm so over Dean Ambrose.
No, I agree with you. I think Ambrose has kind of burned himself out, honestly.
Yeah, it's just not good.
Okay, I can definitely say this was good because I've been excited for these for weeks. Is the new, well, they're not really new, but they're new to some people. The new promos that Goldust has been cutting.
Yes. The new old stuff, yeah.
I love those. Like when he started doing them, I'm like, yes, this is what I want to see.
I agree fully. That was the Goldust that I loved.
Yeah, dude, he probably should have been world champion at one point during that downtime.
Oh, yeah. They definitely should have done more with him.
Because I don't know if people remember, he was feuding with The Undertaker at one point in like 95.
No, absolutely, yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly, they had like a casket match.
I believe so, yeah. They had some big gimmick match.
Yeah. The thing I'm confused over is and I don't know if you saw it, the Wyatt Rollins thing now.
Yeah, that's just, I'm getting tired of fucking Bray. I'm tired of his stars and the moon and the sun and supernovas and the galaxies. Like, motherfucker, what are you talking about?
I think it's more so because they'll build him up to like the nth degree and then just make him fall flat on his face.
He's horrible now. I mean, he's so boring.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I used to really like him.
Yes, I remember.
It's starting to like wane. Where I think, and people will laugh when I say this, but I do think he needs like a complete facelift, like change the hair, change everything about him.
And to think he was world champion at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean that was cool. I was excited for that, but ever since he lost it, it's just kind of been like, ugh.
No, I agree.
I mean, there's no real words to explain it. It's just, ugh. And then
I agree fully.
The other thing, as I'm scrolling through trying to remember what the fuck happened on Raw, that was a head scratcher, was Emma comes back on the show, is in a six-woman tag match, and then takes the pin.
Yeah. WWE doesn't know what they're doing.
I was just like,
at all.
I was like, Emma hasn't, been on television forever, because she got hurt again.
Yeah.
And then her first night back, you have her get put in a bank statement.
Yeah, WWE doesn't know what they're doing. Like it's become so apparent. Everything is so bad lately.
Yeah, like I'll give you one really good example, and I actually enjoyed this the previous week when they did it because it was something out of the box. Because me and Lance talked about this when the Miz thought the guy dressed as the Bear was Dean Ambrose, and then he beat that guy up and then destroyed the thing. Like, I thought that was cool because kind of made you think it was, but it really wasn't. Because usually it's just, it's that guy. But then they decide to bring the friggin' bear out again this week and have him tag with The Miz. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. That's bad.
Yeah, there was no reason for that at all. So yeah, I agree with that.
The other thing, and I'm sure you're probably sick of it, I know I am, is the Enzo and Cass thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's become very obvious that they're turning Cass heel.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the wrong kind of slow burn.
Oh, absolutely. And Lance
Slow
said
burn.
with the bear, they must have had some bunny scripts left over.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Ooh.
That's actually that's what I thought about, was the stupid bunny.
Yeah. But yeah, the slow burn with this Enzo and Cass thing is not working. It's like, I don't care now.
Yeah, I mean, even if if it turns out not to be Big Cass, then it's terrible. Like it's
even worse.
Yeah.
And with Gallows and Anderson, they had them fight those guys, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, these guys were tag champions at like you just said, tag champions at WrestleMania, and look where they are. I mean, I hate to sound like so negative because I try to like look for silver linings, but Jesus Christ, do they make it hard this week?
The last couple months have been terrible, ever since the Raw after Mania.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I understand why they finished the main event the way they did the 2 out of 3 falls. I get it. It's just, it was kind of like the cherry on top of a shit sandwich for the show. You know what I mean?
Oh, fully. No, I agree fully. It was just a really bad show. I mean, SmackDown wasn't terrible, but...
I think Raw was worse.
Oh, by a long shot. Raw's not even in the same category anymore. Like, Impact is getting better than Raw.
Yeah, because I watched it, and I watched Impact last night, and it wasn't bad.
No, I mean, they're trying. I mean, it's going to take a long time to wash the TNA stink off.
I mean, I at least give them credit that they're trying to find younger talent and give them, like, an avenue to kind of show who they are.
I agree fully.
So that's always, cool to me. But yeah, dude, SmackDown, and we've talked about this before at length on this show, that SmackDown has been by far the better show, even since they tried to kill it, where taking all their top guys.
I don't know if they were trying to kill it, though. I mean...
Well, I shouldn't say kill it, but you know what I mean, like take bigger name talent and put it on Raw, because Raw is, Vince McMahon's baby.
Yeah, and I think that it also allowed them to make newer stars on SmackDown. See Jinder Mahal. I mean,
right, that's true.
I mean, in order to make new stars, you got to get rid of the ones you have. So, I mean, I look at it that way, that they just shifted guys that already have some momentum, and now they're allowed to, they're able to build newer guys because now they have the time to.
Right, I can respect that. Yeah. Lance says here he thought that a heel Cass would be really good.
The what?
Big Cass, if he goes heel, that he would be good as a heel.
Oh, I agree.
And then he says, this is funny, I didn't see this. He said, I turned on Impact and I seen some kid that he looked like he was 16 in gym clothes spanking some fat Mexican in a red singlet for about a minute, and then I changed the channel.
Does he realize that that's Josh Matthews, the announcer?
Was that who it was?
That's Josh Matthews, bro. The old Tough Enough guy who ended up being...
Okay, I wasn't sure what he was referring.
Yeah, that's who it was. It
okay,
was
man.
Josh.
Then that's bad. Ooh-wee.
I mean, there's a lot to be said about the fact that he's in their fucking main story.
Dude, I've told you before, I like what they put on TV, like the product in the ring, but he is so god awful to listen to call a match. Like, it is just painful to listen to him.
Yeah, it's bad. He's really bad.
All right, now what did you think of SmackDown's Go Home show before Money in the Bank?
Not very memorable.
No.
Because all I remember is Nakamura at the top.
They did a New Day segment for to open the show for 15 minutes before they eventually got to an 8-man tag.
Yes, that I remember. I mean, I think it's cool that New Day is they find, because they've been out since Mania.
Yes. I think they did it to try to freshen them up.
Kofi was hurt.
Yeah.
That was part of it. I know Kofi was hurt.
Right. I know they had a match with Tamina and Naomi, but that was kind of just It was average at best.
Yeah, well.
The only noteworthy thing was Lana attacking Naomi and doing that weird-looking move that she did.
That actually looked creative for somebody who is not a very good wrestler. I mean,
No, I thought it was creative. It was just, I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird, but in a cool way. You know?
Yeah,
what
I mean, it's better than the
the
X Factor that they were having her use for a while.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, I've never seen anything like that before. Because it was like she was going to do a T-bone suplex and then just picked her up halfway and dumped her like an X Factor.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something different, and I'm okay with different.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The match is going to be fucking terrible, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be so bad.
Well, because she's never had a singles match up on the main roster, let alone on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Or network special, whatever the hell they call them now.
I don't think she's had the televised match, period.
The only match she's been in on pay-per-view was that that cluster Women's Mania match 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think she did anything.
Yeah, she was in there 2 minutes. Unless she's been I know she's been wrestling on all the NXT Live house shows, but I don't know if just doing that's going to get you ready for that kind of match.
Yeah, no, not at all. I don't think so. But, yeah.
Lance is saying here that Lana is going to have her first match and win the title. I guarantee it. Just like Mike Jinder guarantee.
I think if they... I don't know. I could see, maybe have one of the women cash in. I don't know.
It wouldn't shock me, though, what he's saying. Because that seems like something they would do. They being WWE. But who knows anymore. I will say this, because as I'm scrolling through looking at the show, one of the bright spots on this show was Charlotte and Natalya had a really good match.
Yeah.
Because I remembered I stopped what I was doing because I really wasn't paying attention, and I saw this and I was like, wow, this is pretty good. So I kind of wish that they had a proper feud, you know what I mean, and not all that horse shit that they had the last time with Flair and Bret Hart, and you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
No,
Nadia's a decent worker. I mean, she's just, everything else about her is just boring.
Yeah, I can absolutely agree with that. I've been meaning to ask you about this because you've been away for a while. What are your thoughts on these fashion files they're doing with Breeze Dango?
I hated them for a long time. And I've kind of started to not hate them as much. So
I enjoy them, I guess, because they're like so hokey and like over the top.
Yeah, they've started to grow on me. But those are the things that I tend to really enjoy when I didn't like them, and then they grow on me.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. And then the main event to me was just a cluster, which was the 6-man. It was Owens, Ziggler, and Corbin against Styles, Nakamura, and Zayn.
Yeah, that's gotten kind of cliche.
Well, yeah,
Like,
because I'm pretty sure they've done that on every like go home Money in the Bank show where like all the people that are in it fight each other.
yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
can't really tell you anything that was noteworthy or exciting about that match.
No, I thought the visual of Nakamura on top of the ladder was cool, but other than that, I can't tell you anything that happened in there. Other than that, everybody attacked everybody at the end.
Which you kind of figure.
Yeah, it's like before the Royal Rumble, you can almost always expect to get
Like a
like a
like
clusterfuck
brawl
at the end.
where
Yeah,
everybody from the locker room comes out.
yeah.
I
There's just
agree
certain
with
things
that.
to expect.
I just I don't know if that's like to tease Nakamura winning it or if that's where they're legitimately going to go.
Yeah, I don't see them giving it to Nakamura.
I don't either. I'm kind of like on the fence on that one.
It makes me sad, but I just don't see that happening.
No, I think it, and this is just my opinion, it might be like too soon because he's only been up for a little bit. They tend to make you kind of wait a little while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Okay, Lance just has some more news on the Matt Hughes stuff. It said it looks like Matt Hughes was driving over an unmarked crossing and was hit by the train on the passenger side.
Well, I read two other reports that said that not only was it marked, that the things were down.
Oh, wow. All right, then we'll have to wait and see what comes out further,
Yeah.
Now, did you watch 205 Live?
Yes. Yeah, they're doing that stupid thing still with Noam Dar and Alicia
God.
Fox. It's just fucking ridiculous.
It so got on my nerves because Cedric Alexander and Arya Davari had like a really good match going.
Yes.
And then they have to put this hokey shit in there. Like, that is totally like a Vince McMahon thing.
Oh yeah, and it's why nobody watches 205 Live, because it's fucking hokey and cheesy.
It's stupid because those guys, because I've been, for the most part, I think except maybe last week, have been consistently watching the show, and it's been very good. It's just nobody gives a shit.
I agree fully.
The Austin Aries thing to me is weird because he said that he's taking like time off. For those that don't know, I guess he's got like some kind of injury or something he's dealing with that he's taking time off.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard that, and then I heard he was like promoting a book, and then so I don't know what's going on, but that was just kind of like a head scratcher to me.
So I'm kind of surprised that they ever had him on Raw because I know they had when the 205 goes on Raw.
Yeah.
Because I was pretty sure he has one of these contracts that allows him to do outside ventures, so he doesn't house shows and stuff like that. So it kind of confused me when they took him off of NXT and put him on 205 because 205 tours with
Raw.
SmackDown.
Well, okay,
SmackDown.
You're right. I'm sorry, SmackDown.
But they are on Raw too, so.
Yeah, it's weird like that.
Those guys travel a fuck ton.
Yeah, it's probably because, well, they're cruiserweights and they're just breaking in, so we don't give a shit. You know what I mean? That says it
It's
all right
possible.
there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that tells my excitement, and I was so hyped. But now I'm beginning to think that a lot of like this Mae Young Classic,
Yeah.
because I know they've begun to release some names, but I'm thinking it's going to be a lot of roster girls.
I'm getting annoyed by it, yeah, because I've read most of them are already girls that are either in NXT or are in the process of getting signed by WWE.
But that's fine with me. Don't have established people on there. Let this be a example. I mean, because look, come on, they signed half the cruiserweights to contracts for NXT. I mean, like, does it really matter if they're signed first yet or not? It's a lot that haven't been on TV.
Well, yeah, I can respect that, yeah. The one name I keep hearing is...
It's really going to be like Peyton Royce and then.
Oh, I hope not. The one girl that I definitely know hasn't been anything affiliated with WWE, and it'll be interesting if she is on there because she's a huge woman. Her name is Viper from, I think,
Germany?
she's in the UK or Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah, like she's a really like huge woman, and I was just like, wow. Like, supposedly she's going to be a part of it, so it'd be interesting to see like what she can do.
Yeah, I know they got Kimberly, a couple of like the Asian women who have been signed for a couple months now.
Yeah.
Trying to think of whom else that I recognized.
Oh,
Rosie Lodolov.
yeah. Well, give me a second. I'll think of her name. Jade from Impact.
Really? I didn't see her name on there.
Yeah, she's probably like 99% gonna do it. What? I think it's Mia Ying. She goes by now.
Yeah, but I just didn't see her name on the list of names that they've released so far.
Oh yeah, no, she hasn't been on that list yet. I'm trying to remember who else. There was another girl from Impact. The one that's Austin Aries' girlfriend.
No idea.
Rosita, I think it is.
I know Rosita's been in a thing with CN. Wait, is that Rosita? Yeah, because she's been the one who's getting mad at him after he loses.
Yeah, her.
Okay, yeah,
Taya
that's
Trinidad.
Rosita. Yeah.
I had to look it up. I couldn't remember.
Oh, her real name? Yeah.
But yeah, there's only been like a handful I have heard so far.
Yeah, it's their first Chinese woman. There was like an Asian model and martial artist that they signed a while back.
And then there's another one that they just announced that's actually in it is the one girl that was like in a boot camp instructor.
Yeah, yeah, the one she wrestles as a female Marine. Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a disaster.
Oh, she's fucking terrible.
Like, cause hasn't even been training like not even 2 years.
Then again, I don't think Patrick Clark has, and he's fantastic.
Yeah, but I guess it's like, you can either you have it to go on TV or you don't that soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not knocking her. It's just I've seen what she can do, and you're just like, ooh.
Lacey something, yeah.
Lacey Evans.
There you go.
And the other one you just reminded me is I'm trying to remember her name they gave her in NXT, but it's Crazy Mary Dobson.
Oh, that's the other one I saw, yeah.
But it's Sarah Logan, or I think her name is.
That's possible.
Or something to that effect. That's who I always remember as that. But the weird thing, not to get completely off track, they're going to tape that show, the entire show, except the finals, in 2 days.
Yeah.
Which to me is a disservice to girls that are either not signed by the company that are coming in, or haven't been seen on television. Because, just as an example, if they're going to have a match, a first round match, and they're going to lose, if you're taping and recording that much stuff in 2 days, you're not going to be able to do, things and show who you are in that quick of amount of time.
I don't know, but I can see that being in the vein of that's how wrestling tournaments were done for years. It's a 2 or 3 night thing. I mean, that's how Bola is.
Right.
So, I mean, I just think that depending on how it's put together, I think it could be really successful. I mean, regardless of how many days that it's filmed over.
Right.
Now, do you know if they're going to air it over just those 2 days, or if it's going to be done like the Cruiserweight Classic was?
No, from what I've been hearing, it's going to be straight on demand. Like, they're going to, from what I understood, they're going to put up like half of the thing up in like 1 month, like so that you can binge watch, say, like 8 episodes, and then the last 8 they're going to put up like 3 or 4 weeks later.
Okay.
And then have like a live finale. I forget when it's supposed to be. I think in like September, I want to say.
Hmm.
But don't quote
That's
me.
terrible. To have that much fucking time.
Yeah. But see, the weird thing is they originally have it as the same. It's going to be right after SmackDown. Like, where it would be in like 205 Live spot.
Really?
Which was kind of weird. I was like, I would like move it, because if you want people to watch it, I wouldn't advise putting it there.
Well, I also guess it's one of those things that if they're all going to be out there like how Netflix just kind of dumps it all out there, it doesn't really matter what time spot when they play it. Because people are just going to go find it anyway.
Right. Oh, that's another girl I heard. I just, as I Googled it, they're in talks with to bring back for the, I call it the Cruiserweight Classic, the Mae Young Classic. Is oh god, the girl that was with CM Punk in the Straight Edge Society.
Serena Deeb?
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of her name.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of excited for this.
No, I'll give it a chance. Because, they're trying.
Yeah, I agree fully.
I hope after this, maybe they'll do another Cruiserweight Classic next year, like have newer people come in. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe every other year do it. Like have 1 year be the cruisers and then 1 year be the women. I'd be fine with that.
They did say inaugural, so hopefully that means that there's going to be more in the future.
That'd be really nice. I would definitely enjoy it.
So would I, very much so.
Like Lance just said, if it's as good as the Cruiserweight Classic was, then he'll definitely be happy with it. I absolutely agree with that.
I think anything that can highlight the women will be really good.
Yeah. Because, unfortunately, the women's divisions on both shows now are kind of bleh.
Yeah, they're desperately seeking something.
Yeah, they're like missing something. Now, to get back real quick with 205, did you see the main event?
What was it again? I think
Tozawa
I did.
And
yes,
Perkins?
and Kendrick. Yeah, not Kendrick. Yeah, that's what I meant. Perkins, TJP.
I thought they had a really, really good match.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that they gave him like half the show for that.
Yeah, it was nice. The one thing that annoys me with 205 Live is they'll use like that segment they had with Aries. They waste like 15, 20 minutes doing stupid talking segments when all they have is an hour.
Yeah. No, I agree fully.
It's just like, just stupid shit like that. But it was cool to see Tozawa win because he's actually one of the few cruiserweights they have that's over with the crowd.
Yes.
And they get into it.
Yeah, no, he's good.
So I think they're doing the right thing by pushing him because everything I've read is that it's going to be him and Neville are next in line.
Well, that's why I think it's a good time for Aries to go away.
Yeah.
Because he could come back a heel, which is what he does better anyway.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Did you see NXT this week?
Yes.
And I don't know if it's necessarily NXT's fault or if it's just kind of a lull. Like, NXT for quite a while to me is just kind of like not been very exciting.
I agree. I'm not going to disagree.
Like, maybe it's just because they've like raped and pillaged all their talent.
Yeah, no, I agree with that fully. They roll up on the main roster now, and they didn't do a real good job of building replenishments before they went.
I will say, though, I immediately thought of you when I saw Heavy Machinery and the Authors of Pain have a stare down.
Yeah, I was like, this could potentially be good, especially if, they get to run around.
I thought it was interesting. Not to, I know Drew McIntyre just had a squash match, but I don't know if it's how the camera angles are with him now, or they shoot him a different way, but Jesus Christ, is he big.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think he's like 6'7".
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but he never looked that large to me when he was with 3MB.
I also think that he didn't give a flying fuck back then.
Well, yeah, that's true, too.
So, I mean, like, look how big Jinder is.
Yeah. That's a very valid point.
Don't hinder Jinder, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Now, what did you think of Leo Rush, probably the hottest guy in the Independents, his former partner, the Velveteen Dream?
Wait, they were partners?
Yeah, they were a tag team in MCW, in Maryland Championship Wrestling.
Petra Clark.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I like his presence. I really do. And I like the fact that they're doing, like, look, I like different gimmicks. I've always said that you can have a gimmick where there's a gay guy, but you don't have to make him, for lack of a better term, a faggot. Like, you could just have him as a gay guy who's just, like Adrian Adonis back in the day.
Yeah, not so over the top.
I mean, like Goldust. Goldust came out and would creep you out, but Goldust beat the fuck out of you. Like, nobody ever wondered about if he was a tough guy or not. Whether he was a little queer was, another point of discussion, but, he'll knock your teeth out kind of guy. And it's why I like Dalton Castle, because I think they touch on the sexuality just enough, but they don't ever need to say whether or not he's gay or straight.
Right. I liked it because the guy can work.
Yeah.
Like, if you let him do his thing, he's good. And I like that they're kind of testing those boundaries with him.
Oh, me too. Absolutely.
It's kind of weird, I will say, though, and it's not a knock on him. It's just, maybe it's because we're spoiled. It's so odd to me to see a flying elbow now off the top rope be a finisher.
It was such a pretty flying elbow, though, wasn't it?
Oh, no, it is. It's just, I guess I'm used to not seeing that be a finisher,
I don't know, but I actually really appreciate a flying elbow drop finisher. Seeing that my favorite all time is Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah.
If I see somebody do one well, I'm very happy.
Oh, Lance just makes a good point to circle right back real quick. He said, well, Jinder is 6'5", and Heath Slater's like really tall. I guess you don't like realize it.
No, I agree.
Now, I enjoyed this main event with Asuka defending her belt in the Takeover rematch.
Yeah, no, so did I. I don't think they have long-term plans for Ruby Riott. I think everything is in a holding pattern right now until Ember Moon comes back.
Yes.
But apparently next week they're having like a last woman standing or
Yeah, it's Ruby. From what I understand, it's Ruby Riott and Asuka.
No, Nikki Cross and Asuka.
Okay, my bad.
Those two are the ones who ended up fighting in the back. Like that was old school WCW, old school WWF kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
They were fighting in the back. Yeah, I missed that, and that was done right too. Go through areas you don't usually see, the makeup with the whole throwing her head in the ice water. Like this is very old school.
Yeah. I wish they would do more of that.
So do I.
Because it takes you back a little bit and makes it like, I don't know, I guess you say more like believable as opposed to like, yeah, that's not, that's a joke.
No, I agree fully.
I just don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be Ember Moon that takes the belt off of her, but man, they've really built Asuka up strong.
Yeah, she's beaten Punk's record now.
Yeah. And then, I don't know if it was Asuka or if it was somebody else. I don't know if you saw it. It was at Download when they wrestled at Download. Ruby Riott got busted open really bad.
Yeah, that was Asuka. She threw her into the stairs. Because they tried to turn it into storyline afterwards.
Well, then that was smart.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I saw like the photo. If you guys haven't seen it, you can find it if you Google it. She got cut open nasty.
Yeah, I seen a video of her walking, and yeah, it was pretty brutal. There's a lot of blood.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool that they do NXT at Download.
I don't know enough about Download to know what it is, but yeah, I mean,
it's basically a rock festival where a whole bunch of like different bands play, and you're like out in a field, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's cool. And it's in the UK.
Yeah, I think it's just cool because it's something different.
Oh, I agree.
Because maybe you attract like fans that aren't necessarily really fans.
Yeah, the crossover kind of stuff. I mean, that could both be very good and it could both be very bad.
Yeah, because that's where shit, I'm forgetting his name. The one British wrestler got hurt at Download.
Yeah.
Was it Mark Andrews?
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was. He's okay, but it was one of the Authors of Pain that hurt him.
Big surprise.
And from what I understand, like, he had to be, like, put on a board and taken out.
Yeah, evac to a hospital almost immediately afterwards, yeah. It was a neck stinger.
Yeah, thankfully he's okay.
I agree.
Because those things are nasty, those stingers, man. I don't know if you've ever had one, but phew.
Yeah. Not fun.
Alright, I wanted to go over the card they have as of now, which I'm assuming it'll stay the same, for Money in the Bank and get your thoughts on it.
Everybody loses. All right, let's go to the card.
Yeah, because it's only 5 matches and a pre-show match. As of right now, the pre-show match is the Hype Bros versus the Colognes.
I hope Zack Ryder tears his other knee. No, the Clones are. I mean, the Hype Bros have to win unless they're gonna do like a heel turn.
That's like what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the Colognes are gonna win, and one of them is gonna turn on the other.
I think if anyone's gonna turn, it's gonna be Zack.
Yes. because I really feel like they're trying to build Mojo Rawley up into this like super huge baby face down the road.
No, I agree.
I don't know if he'll be like a John Cena or anything, but I think that's where they're trying to go with him eventually.
It's very possible. I mean, he's an educated guy, so he's somebody good to have on the
very smart.
Youngest person in history to graduate with an MBA from Maryland.
Yes. All right. Next, we have Naomi defending her title against Lana.
I don't think Lana's gonna win it. I know other people think that she will. I don't.
I kind of feel the same way. I think Naomi is gonna win. Just because I don't know. I can't see Lana really winning it. But we know Lance feels differently, so we'll hold him to it.
One thing I'd kind of like to see is Naomi win, and then after winning the Money in the Bank, Becky Lynch comes and cashes in, but kind of like, hey, it's just the rules. Like before a heel turn, but just be like, no, it's the rules. Like, I just cashed in, kind of like when Daniel Bryan cashed in on Big Show. He wasn't quite heel at the time.
Actually, Lance just came up with an interesting thought. He said Lana's going to win with help from a returning Rusev.
I don't see Rusev getting involved in a women's match. No.
It's just an interesting thought.
Oh, it's possible, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, though. All right, next we have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which is Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Tamina, and Carmella. And there's been rumors that they might add another person.
Who?
I haven't heard who, but they put up on, it might have been on their website, that it was like 6 women, and like it was a whole like little blurb they put up about both Money in the Banks and the matches, and both of them had 6 competitors for the guys and 6 competitors for the women. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's only 5 women in it.
Are there only 5?
Yeah.
You got the 3 from the welcoming party. You got Becky.
And Charlotte.
And you got Charlotte. Yeah, I guess you're right.
So I don't know if that was just a mistake that they made, or it's legitimately going to be another person.
Oh. I don't know.
That's interesting, Lance. He said maybe Paige returns.
It's possible.
Because I know she's close. I know she was went to their doctors and was supposed to get cleared at some point soon. And when I saw her last weekend, she looks in fantastic shape. Like she's not, just sitting around eating donuts and drinking beer.
I heard they're saying that either this pay-per-view or this Tuesday, Mike Bennett and Maria may debut.
Yes, I've been hearing that as well.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, that would be interesting, but I'm not a huge fan of Mike Bennett.
Me neither.
I mean, nothing against him, he just doesn't do it for me.
Everything against him. Mike Bennett, if you're listening to this, it's everything against you. Everything is against you.
That's funny.
You're the reason for ISIS.
That's funny. Lance is actually, his pick is the same one I think is going to win this match, Carmella.
I think James Ellsworth is going to win it.
That would be hilarious. Could you imagine the internet? They would be so angry over that.
Hey, Harvey Whippleman is a former women's champion.
That would be funny. That would be really funny.
That would be.
And then have Carmella beat him for it, or because have Ellsworth win it, like win the title eventually, and then have Carmella beat him for it. It's just so ridiculous to even say.
It's WWE.
Yeah. All right. Next, we have the Usos defending their titles against the New Day.
I don't think they're gonna give it to the New Day that quickly.
I don't either. I think the Usos keep it to keep things going.
With their day one H.
Hit day one is H. Now that's I know it's corny, but it's funny.
Yeah, no, that stuff makes me happy. It's so corny.
Yeah, here you go. Lance says the Urban Toughies win.
The Urban Toughies. There you go.
Or the Urban Baddies, whatever you want to call them. That's the other name I've seen him use.
I like the Urban Toughies.
Oh, I love it. The other Money in the Bank ladder match, which is Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
I think Corbin wins it.
Who I want to win it is Kevin Owens. Who I think will win it is Baron Corbin.
I'd like Nakamura to win it, but I think they could do it without him having the briefcase.
Yeah.
But that would be a way to give it to him quickly, though.
Yeah, and we talked about this before. A heel does better with the briefcase.
Yeah.
Lance said
I agree.
said the same thing about Corbin. I'm the same, and then he wrote in big letters, "Ugh."
Yeah. There's no happiness with Baron Corbin.
I know, and that hurts me. I just hope it's a good match, but I can't see, usually I would say, well, maybe they'll give it to someone else because they usually never give it to the super obvious person, you know?
Well, I think it's obvious for us. I think for the layperson, it's not as obvious.
True. And
I know what you mean, though. There's sometimes Cass's heel turn. Everybody, that's WWE Universe level.
Yeah, that's how obvious it is. What I was gonna say is, if you and it's got to be people that are in creative. If you follow the betting lines on the pay-per-views, they're almost 100% right usually.
Oh, of course they are. Because if you knew you were on the booking committee and you can make money off of things that you booked, wouldn't you book it so that, wouldn't you do it in a way so that you always made money?
Oh, fuck yeah. Lance said Corbin needs to do the comb over.
Corbin needs to lose a hair versus hair match.
Now, I've said this to other people, and the reason I'm saying it, look, I know I don't have a six-pack of abs or anything, but I'm not out on the fucking road performing however many days a week, and for him to look the way he does and not be in shape is ridiculous.
Yeah, but then again, I'd still rather look at his fucking physique than Chris Hero.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's probably why they have him wear those, I guess you consider it like a jersey?
Yeah, but he also wore that in the Indies for a while. At the end of his Indies, he was wearing that, his Fat Man jersey.
Hashtag Fat Man jersey. Oh, that's funny. And the main event, we have Jinder Mahal defending his title against Randy Orton.
I don't think Jinder gets Jindered.
No, I really believe...
I don't think Jinder gets hindered. There you go. I said
Jinder gets hindered. I really believe Jinder keeps it for any number of reasons. The main one to me is Randy Orton's in his hometown. And The trend lately has been anyone that's in their hometown loses.
The only way I see Orton possibly winning is if Corbin wins and they want to get rid of the briefcase immediately.
Which I hate when they do that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'd rather them like do a long, drawn out kind of thing with it. Although it was cool last year when Ambrose did it, because that's when Ambrose was still interesting.
Yeah.
That was a cool moment seeing him win it. Otherwise, I usually like it when they draw it out.
Yeah, I just think it has to be done at the right time. I mean, I think you could build secondary stories, not obviously, so that when the cash-in happens, like there's something to it, more so than I just want the championship.
Lance said that Jinder's going to break Bruno Sammartino's record of days holding the belt, and then
I hope so.
And then he had a pause, and he goes, "Just kidding."
Wait, what happened? I just lost you.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I just lost you for a second.
Oh, okay. No, I said that would be awesome and hilarious if they did that.
Or have him beat Mae Young's record.
What is her record anyway?
Like 10 years.
Is it really that long?
Yeah, because they got rid of the title for so long, and they just never
Wow.
They just never discontinued it. Yeah, it's like 3,000 days.
And nobody's ever breaking that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you'll never see anything like that. If you get a year, even I would say even in like the big promotions, like indie promotions, it's even more rare to see, a guy hold a belt for a long period of time.
Yeah. Because it doesn't really make sense to have one guy hold the belt that fucking long.
Yeah, unless they're like really over as a heel or, you know what I mean? And the way things are today, guys get up and leave and go to different promotions, much quicker, at least on the independents.
Yeah.
So, that's really rare to see that. Excuse me. I don't know if you saw this. I forgot to mention it to you earlier. It just popped into my head. Did you see Kevin is wrestling for the WrestlePro Heavyweight Championship at the next show?
Yeah. They're probably doing that to kind of establish the champion a little bit more.
I figured. Because I don't think he had wrestled a match since he won it.
Who?
Wayward.
Yeah, no. He's wrestled a bit.
Okay. Well,
because I see his fucking posts all the time. No, I like Wayward. I really like Bobby Wayward.
He's a good heel. I'll give him that. I'm not like super familiar with him, so.
Nah, he's a cool dude.
I probably told you this, but the show I went to, I think it was in Rahway, I believe. The one that they had Cody on.
Alright.
That was the night CPA and Habib won the tag belts.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard, well, not ever, but like that was like one of the loudest pops of the night. Like it was ridiculous how over those guys are.
Yeah. They are super over.
I was just like, wow. But that was cool, though, to meet Cody, too. Cody's, like, a really, really nice, down-to-earth guy.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's just, like, refreshing, because, you've seen and heard some stories of talent that's not super, like, friendly or nice to meet.
Yeah.
But he sat and had, like, a legitimate conversation with me for a good, like, 5 minutes. So that's always appreciated.
Yeah, no, that's always really appreciated, especially when they're big, big, big stars.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to.
No, absolutely not. And I mean, it's cool when you see like a lower tier, like a younger guy do it, but a star, yeah, that goes a long way with people.
Yeah, he's actually wrestling Keith Lee tomorrow.
Now that's a talented dude.
That guy, for his size, is amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have friends just finding out about him, so it was kind of fun to watch.
Yes, I've met him several times, and he is like another guy that's very, very approachable, very friendly. Like won't shy away from just talking to people.
That's good.
Lance said this is because we were talking about Moolah. Excuse me. Her championship reign was from 1956 to 1983.
Oh, it's almost 30 years, yeah. I hope they give it to Jinder that long.
That would be amazing.
I'd like him to lose it on my kid's 35th birthday. Oh, well.
That would be a sight to see.
Imagine that. His 35-year reign ends.
I couldn't even imagine. People would be like so angry by then. Like, I'll tell you this quick story, then we'll get out of here. This is how great of a heel Kevin Owens is. One of my good friends went and saw him wrestle live at the Jersey Shore last year. He kept Roman Reigns in a side, like, headlock or whatever it is on the ground for, like, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Just to, like, get everyone angry.
Yeah, I think there's videos of him doing that.
And I've seen the videos where Roman Reigns is like covering his face so you don't see him laughing.
Yeah, when Owens is just yelling at the crowd, yeah. He's great. He really is.
Lance said, real quick, he said, with what you said about Jinder, he said, as Jinder falls down and breaks a hip, his title reign is over. Oh my God.
165 years old.
That's funny. On that note, we're going to get out of here for tonight, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And we'll see you back next week. Have a good night, everybody.